In this module, learners will manage the use of technology and student learning strategies in digital platforms, virtual environments, or blended classrooms. They will create opportunities to challenge students as they model and nurture creativity, creative expression, and critical thinking during instruction by delivering a digital activity to a class or a student, recording and editing the video, and reflecting on the experience. By the end of this session, learners will be able to foster a culture where their students take ownership of their learning. They will be able to manage the use of technology and student learning strategies in a learning environment, and they will model and nurture creativity and creative expression with their students. This session is dedicated to learning environments that depart from the traditional schoolhouse classroom in which we solely depend upon paper, pencil, and chalk. This image is from Stonefield School in Auckland, New Zealand. Notice the learning environment? The environment has a flexible learning space with students working collaboratively with many instructional resources. The environment is rich and welcoming. Teachers and facilitators are both important roles in education, but they have distinct differences in their approaches to teaching and learning. 1. Role. The role of a teacher is to impart knowledge and information to their students, while the role of a facilitator is to guide the learning process and help students discover knowledge. 2 is approach. Teachers often use a traditional approach to education, where they lecture and provide information to students. Facilitators, on the other hand, take a more interactive, collaborative approach to learning, encouraging students to participate in discussions and explore ideas on their own. 3 is focus. Teachers tend to focus on the curriculum and making sure students meet specific learning objectives. Facilitators are more focused on the learning process itself and helping students develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. 4 is control. Teachers often have more control over the classroom and the learning environment, while facilitators give more control to the students. 5 is assessment. Teachers typically use formal assessments such as tests and quizzes to evaluate student learning. Facilitators use a variety of assessment methods, including self-assessment, peer assessment, formative assessment, and group projects. 6 is expertise. Teachers are typically subject matter experts with deep knowledge in a particular subject area. Facilitators are skilled in guiding the learning process and helping students develop skills like communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. 7 is the role in learning. Teachers are seen as the authority figure in the classroom, while facilitators are seen as guides who help students explore and discover new things. And finally, 8 is classroom environment. Teachers often create a structured classroom environment with clear rules and routines. Facilitators create a more flexible and open environment that encourages exploration and experimentation. Learner agency refers to the attitudes, motivations, and empowerment individuals have within a learning context, as exhibited in the learner's ability to select a learning environment, content or subject area, a learning approach, and a learning pace. Learner agency, one of the attributes outlined in the ISTE facilitator standards, suggests giving students some choice and autonomy in regards to their learning environment, the content or subject they explore, the learning approach and tools they use, and the pace of the lessons. To promote learner agency in the classroom, an educator promotes an active, participatory, learner-centered education, understands that empowering individuals with a relevant education improves society, designs learning materials, environments, and experiences that foster how children learn, provides learners with the agency to self-select work, provides learners with the opportunity to conduct their work during extended work times, emphasizes a learning by doing approach to instruction, uses hands-on projects and experiential learning, integrates topics, subjects, ideas, and skills instead of dividing them apart, promotes problem solving and critical thinking, encourages social and community responsibility, empowers learners to ask good questions and voice their informed opinions. Finally, proposes learners to construct new knowledge to replace old mental constructs. In the following scenario, we will explore a day in the life of young Alice, a fictitious third-grade student of Arcadia Elementary School. Alice's teacher, Miss Crabtree, has provided her class with a series of problem-based learning challenges associated with the theme, Saving the World from Environmental Pollution. Miss Crabtree has tasked Alice's group, which consists of herself, Nolan, and a few other students, with decreasing the amount of trash the school generates. 7:25 a.m. Alice wakes up. Last night she stayed up late to conduct research on environmental pollution and ways to decrease the harm this causes our world. Solving this problem is a passion for Alice, one that she is tirelessly working on. She received an email from a Dr. Amanda Avery, a world-renowned ecologist presently working in Antarctica on combating global pollution, confirming her video conference for 3 p.m. today. 9 a.m., Alice attends the morning meeting with the rest of her study group, together with 20 learners who Miss Crabtree organized into 5 teams. Each of the teams is exploring a different aspect of the Saving the World theme. The learning space, complete with comfortable, adaptable furniture, has a flexible floor plan that allows the teams to easily transition from independent, group, or whole class activities. At 10 a.m., Alice heads to the school's Maker Learning Lab to continue her work on designing wind turbine blades that will generate clean power for their community. The Learning Lab is equipped with 3D printers, so after students develop their turbine blades, they can test the prototypes by comparing them to a working model of a wind turbine. At 1:30 p.m., Alice's group meets to finalize their work completing the collaborative project. The students decide to provide a presentation to the other learners as well as Dr. Avery in Antarctica to share their change project. Over the course of 2 weeks, their efforts reduced the amount of trash the school produced by over 47%. Ms. Crabtree asks the class to virtually welcome Dr. Avery as she shares some of her work she has been conducting in Antarctica to study the effects of environmental pollution. Alice and her group then deliver an impassioned presentation about their trash reduction study. They share how they used Dr. Avery's work to implement a plan at their school that was a great success. Alice's day was filled with exciting, relevant, fulfilling, and active learning experiences. Her day helped cultivate the essential skills she needs to thrive and flourish in the unpredictable world. Alice's day was filled with experiences that helped her cultivate the 8 essential skills of modern learning. Intrapersonal skills are internal skills, perceptions, and attitudes that occur within a person's mind. Art Costa calls these the habits of mind. Interpersonal skills have to do with understanding external situations and being able to communicate with others. Problem-solving skills involve students learning a structured mental process that allows them to independently solve complex problems in real time. Collaboration skills involves individuals working together to accomplish a common purpose. The power of we is greater than the power of me. Information analysis skills. In a time of unreliable sources, we don't want learners who simply consume and regurgitate information without first questioning, analyzing, and validating the reliability of what they just read or saw. We need learners who can determine the credibility of a wide range of digital and non-digital materials. Information presentation skills. The world has moved beyond text. Visual communication through graphic design or presentations became the new standard many years ago. Graphic communication is a given. Learners are growing up in a participatory culture, the YouTube era. Learners must know how to use this knowledge to effectively communicate information to others. Next is creativity skills. It is about how you imaginatively communicate ideas. There is a rising creative class and a growing belief that creativity is an essential attribute that all learners need to develop. Finally, it is an absolute imperative to develop highly ethical, moral citizens who conduct themselves appropriately in both real-world and digital settings. Global citizenship is about protecting yourself, protecting others, and protecting the work of others, in both the real and online worlds. Here are 10 attributes that a modern day instructional facilitator may possess. One is strong communication skills. A modern day instructional facilitator should have excellent communication skills. Two is flexibility. Instructional facilitators need to be able to adapt to changes in curriculum, teaching methods, and educational technology quickly. Three is collaborative. A modern day instructional facilitator should be able to work well with others and build relationships with teachers, administrators, and other stakeholders. Four is technologically proficient. In today's digital age, instructional facilitators need to be comfortable with educational technology and software. Five, passionate about teaching and learning. Six, strong analytical skills. Instructional facilitators should be able to analyze student performance data and identify areas of improvement. Seven is creative problem solvers. Modern day facilitators should be able to identify and solve problems creatively. Eight, strong organizational skills. Instructional facilitators need to be highly organized to manage multiple tasks, responsibilities, and projects. Nine, lifelong learner. A modern day facilitator should be committed to their own professional development and lifelong learning. And finally, 10, culturally proficient. Instructional facilitators need to be culturally competent and aware of the diversity of their student population. The new roles of future-focused educators include: educators must be future-focused. Educators must be lifelong learners. Educators must be facilitators, not just sages on the stage. Educators must embrace discovery learning. Educators must enhance instruction with real-world meaning. Educators must elevate the level of thought in the classroom. And finally, educators must use technology as a learning tool. Online learning refers to instructional environments supported by the internet. Online learning comprises a wide variety of programs that use the internet within and beyond school walls to provide access to instructional materials as well as facilitate interaction among teachers and students. Online learning can be fully online or blended with face-to-face interactions. Here is some online learning vocabulary. Classroom course. These are course activities organized around scheduled class meetings. There's synchronous distributed course. Web-based technologies are used to extend classroom lectures and other activities to students at remote sites in real time. Web-enhanced courses are online courses activities that complement in-person class sessions without reducing the number of required class meetings. There's blended, also called hybrid classroom courses. These are online activities mixed with classroom meetings, replacing a significant percentage of, but not all, the required face-to-face instructional activities. There's also the blended online courses. Most course activity is completed online, but there are some required face-to-face instructional activities, such as a lecture or discussion or a lab. Next is online courses. All course activity is done online. And finally, there's the flexible mode course. It offers multiple delivery modes so that students can choose which delivery mode to use for instructional or other learning purposes. Next, we will look at flipped learning. The idea of flipped learning is that the whole class lecture or direct instruction that is normally done during class time is flipped to be an individual assignment usually done as homework. The potential benefit is that the teacher or professor can then facilitate instruction during class time that is more customized, differentiated, personalized, and responsive. However, in order to flip the lecture, it must be somehow recorded, much like this presentation you are watching now. Assuming the teacher is comfortable creating an online lecture, there is still the issue of compelling the students to actually watch it. The in-class instruction should follow the viewing of the lecture, but not replace it. One of the newest trends in learning environments is maker labs or maker spaces. This definition is a pretty succinct yet comprehensive one by Dr. Gary Steger, who is considered an aficionado in the field. The book pictured on this page is the one that got me excited about the idea of having a maker lab in my school. I highly recommend it if you are interested in learning more about the maker movement. The maker movement represents the marriage of new technology, timeless craft traditions, engineering, the basic human desire to create, rugged do-it-yourself determination, and the internet's ability to share expertise. This quote, I believe, sums up the reason we should explore the idea of maker learning environments. These environments are perfect places to nurture the 21st century skills that we know are so important for our students. Maker spaces often strongly reflect what we would see in innovative workplaces like Google or Under Armour.